Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and I thought we would do a fun, cozy reading vlog today. I have been reading a lot lately. I feel like I've been getting through quite a few books, but also some of the books that I've been reading are a little bit on the shorter side. But either way, some of my favorite videos to watch are reading vlogs, and so I thought we would do a reading vlog today. What I really want to do is read some more of this series that I'm currently reading, which is the Mindfuck series, and I'll kind of go over what that is and what other plans we have for this video. But before we get started, if you guys are not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps out my channel. And if there's ever anything that you guys want to see on this channel, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I always love to hear what it is that you guys like to watch, because obviously that's important to me. Anyway, that's all I have to say before we get started. Currently, like I said, I'm reading the Mindfuck series, and basically this is a series of 5 books. I'm not going to show the cover on my Kindle only because it's like crazy explicit for no reason. The book is not even that spicy, but I'm currently on the 4th one. Do you see P's little ear come down? That was so cute. I'm on the 4th book right now, and basically what the whole series is if you kind of imagine the show Dexter, where basically there's like a serial killer, but the person only kills people that they think, like in Dexter, it's like people that are also maybe like serial killers or have done something wrong. And in this book, something bad happens to our main character and she becomes a serial killer for like revenge. So really she only kills people who like truly deserve it. She starts dating an FBI agent and she meets him within like the first chapter, I think, of the first book, and that story essentially continues forward. Each book is only about 130 pages, so they've been pretty quick, fast-paced reads. We switched our book club book from a like Christmas romance type story to this because me and my friend are currently reading it, and we were like, oh my god, we just want to talk about this book, or these books I should say. And our other friend is in book club and was just like up for changing it as well, so I was like, we gotta read this. So it is my friend's pick this month, but I feel like I had like a decent part in picking the series this time, and I'm really glad because I had read like 30% of the other like Christmas romance and I was like not super into it. I could already tell that it was going to be like a 3-star, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna DNF that book, but it is technically still on my Kindle. I actually like highlighted where I was last and wrote a little note as to like what had happened so that I can go back to it if I really want to. That's the plan for right now. We're going to read as much as we possibly can of this. Am I on the 4th one? Pretty sure I'm on the 4th one. Where's my phone? Let me tell you guys for certain, because now I'm like, maybe I'm on the 3rd. Oh my god, no, I'm on the 3rd book. Okay, so I'm on the 3rd of 5. I'm gonna put my phone on the charger too, because it is, I don't know why my phone has been dying so frequently. My phone's not even that, I mean, it's an iPhone 13. It's not that old. I don't know why it's been dying so much, but it's at 6%. So anyway, rant over. I am on the 3rd book, not the 4th. My friend is finishing up the 4th, and then I think she just has the 5th to go. So I'm gonna try to read as much as I possibly can. I would love so much to read that series and then try to start, I downloaded, what's the book called? Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. And I think that's gonna be one of the ones that I read for the month of December. And then I also wanna try to get The Great Alone by Kristen Hannah. I think that's going to be the Kristen Hannah book that I end up reading, but we'll decide when we get there. Basically, the goal for today or for this video is to read as much as we possibly can. I want to just like be as cozy as I possibly can. I've been doing my workouts in the morning, like going to the gym in the morning, so maybe we'll bring our Kindle to the gym and do that while I run. Yeah, so honestly, just like a mashup of cozy reading for the next few days, and I thought that we could do that together. So today is Tuesday and we have a few days of pretty much no plans, so I think we're gonna get a lot of reading in. I have my birthday party is happening on Saturday of this week, so I'm very excited about that, but until then we kind of don't have a lot planned. Let's get to reading. Let's see how much we can finish within these next few days. I've got 2 hours left of this book, so let's try to finish that tonight if we can. I feel like that's definitely doable as long as I put my mind to it. Okay, it is currently 7 o'clock. I have not been actually reading nearly as much as I should be, so we're going to change that. We're gonna get really cozy right now. I'm going to grab my teapot and we're gonna make some tea. Let's see what kind of tea I have. This is where we keep all of our tea stored. Not the best spot, but you know. This is nighttime soothing. I don't know what kind of flavor that is. I think there's only one lemon tea left. This is mine, but Ryan loves it too. So let's see if there's anything else. This is mint. That's English breakfast. Oh, I do like this one. Oh, but it has caffeine in it. We don't want that. Chamomile. It's between chamomile and lemon. Maybe I'd be nice and I do chamomile so Ryan can have the lemon tea. I'm going to use this University of Washington mug. My mom bought this for me a couple of years ago and I love it. If you guys don't already know, that's the school that I went to when I was in college. So wanted to give you guys also a few updates on the book. I honestly have like an hour now left of the book and I don't know why I got so distracted on social media, but here we are. The book is getting really intense because now that we're 3 books into the series, it's basically like we're tiptoeing around the fact that we know that our main character is the serial killer that her boyfriend, the FBI agent, is after. And the calls keep getting closer and closer, if that makes sense. Like maybe she's in like a house that they're in and she shouldn't be there, so she has to hide in a closet. Things like that keep happening to her. And so it's getting very intense and I don't know how I was getting distracted on social media. Honestly, if I would have just kept reading, I would have been done by now because it's 7 o'clock, but here we are. So I want to try to finish this book tonight. I want to go to bed around like 9:30 so that I can go back to the gym in the morning. And so I have basically the perfect amount of time to finish this book and start the next one. So I figured let's get really cozy, have some tea, and get into our little reading bundle over in the bedroom. I'm actually very excited because we have quite a bit of time. Today is the 10th and book club is not until the 19th. So I have tons of time before book club, but I would love to try to finish this series within this week. So my tea is just about ready. My teapot I can hear is about to like scream. So let's go make this and then we will continue reading. Someone else knows that our main character is the serial killer and I'm so curious to see how that plays out because they could either keep the secret or they could decide to tell everybody. And that could be obviously so bad for our main character, but like it's a book, so obviously like you can not do things that you would probably do in real life in a book. Like these characters can do different things than like maybe you or I would do. Like if I knew that somebody was a serial killer, obviously you're saying something immediately, but in this book I'm like, well, maybe they wait and like let them kill the rest of the people. The mind games are crazy. Like the fact that this book is called Mindfuck actually makes sense because the mind games that the main character and just like the whole book, the whole story plays on you is interesting to say the least. So there's that. There's also a part where we found out that somebody is paralyzed, that I had no idea that this person was paralyzed. So now I'm like second guessing everything. I'm like, were they actually paralyzed or are they faking it? I don't know. It's just, there's a lot happening. So let's continue reading. We have an hour left. We're 65% of the way through and I'm very intrigued. The last chapter always has something insane happen that makes you immediately want to pick up the next book. Okay, hopefully you guys can't hear the heater too badly. It's on and it's a little loud, but I just finished the 3rd book and I'm gonna give it 4 stars, mostly because of the ending. I just feel like the ending of all of these books has been just so intense. But basically where we ended off on this book is that we finally found somebody who's willing to tell the story of like what happened in this town, and like now everyone's sitting together and she's about to tell the story, and it just ended with her being like, all right, let me tell you the story. So I also don't know like who she's related to or like how she fits into any picture whatsoever, but I'm very excited to learn more. So I'm about to download book 4 right now. It's currently downloading and I'm gonna get ready for bed, and I'm going to set up my trusty arm here. I literally just have it to the side like this, and I move it when I'm like making the bed or like if I'm not using it, and then I pull it forward when I'm going to sleep. So I'm gonna get everything set up, and I'm going to start getting ready for bed, and then we will continue reading as we fall asleep. Honestly, the tea really helped with getting cozy and just like getting in the reading mood. Also having some water. Yeah, I'm excited. I love reading reading in the summer is fine, whatever. But reading when it's this type of weather where it's like a little bit cooler, cozier, and we want to like be cuddled up in a blanket, it's just so much nicer. You guys can't really see it right now, but P just sat up against me. So we're gonna get cozy right now, and we're going to get ready for bed, and I'll check in with you guys in the morning, and I'll let you guys know how far I ended up getting. And let's see how many pages actually. I think I should be able to finish this book in like 3 or 4 hours. So maybe we'll be able to finish the series by the end of the week. I don't want to put any constraints on myself, but I'm gonna do my best. Hello, you guys. It's not the next day, but the day after. I took a break yesterday from reading. I actually didn't read like close to anything yesterday, and that was because I finally finished everything in my book journal. I'm super excited. I haven't filled in like a few of the pages, but I put in like all of the weekly spreads and the monthly spreads like this one, and now it's like primarily filled out, and I have quite a few pages in the back that I can continue to do some like fun book things with. And then obviously I have like the front pages, so I have like, what's this called, like a little key in here, which is even more fun. I have some sections for like my TBRs that we're gonna have and things like that too. So I'm very, very excited for this book journal, but that took up literally so much time. I can't even explain it, but I'm glad that it's done. And then whenever we want to do like fun book things, it'll already be ready for us. But today we're gonna continue with our reading. I'm on the my toast is ready. I'm on the 4th book of the Mindfuck series. This cover is not nearly as intense. The other ones were insane, but while I tell you about it, I'm gonna put peanut butter on my toast. I have a little bit of a headache today, so I'm a little bit more low energy than normal, but we're pushing through. Also, do you guys love my book club sweater that my friend gave us? Whenever we have book club together, we all wear our sweaters, and we all have like a different color, but it's the same image, and it's so fun. So anyway, back to the series. Basically, like I was telling you guys, I think before, the series has been very interesting. It's basically about a serial killer, but she only kills people who are like very deserving of being killed, and in that way it's kind of like the show Dexter. It's more like revenge killing, if you will. Our main character has gone through something like pretty insane, and she's like changed her identity and all of this stuff, and she's currently dating someone who works with the FBI. So that obviously like puts pressure on the relationship and so on and so forth. And at the beginning of the 4th book, we finally get more details. Like throughout the books, we're getting sprinkles of details about like what even happened to her, why she is wanting to kill these people, this whole thing. But we don't really fully know all of the why. Like we don't have all of the details. So finally, we just got some details about what happened to her and her brother and why she's the way that she is. And it was mind-blowing and like so fascinating. I feel like at first I didn't really understand why they called this book or the series the Mindfuck series, but now I get it. Like it's truly mind-blowing. So I want to continue reading for a little bit. It's about my lunchtime, 12:18, so 10 minutes to lunchtime. I'm going to eat my peanut butter toast. I don't know why this is like I have quite a few comfort foods, but this is one of them. I also have some leftovers because last night I made chicken parm, which is so good. And so I might eat that for like a early dinner. But I'm trying really hard to just like lay low. I feel like I sound higher energy than I feel. I have a headache, and then also it's just like a really gloomy day. The high here in LA is only 58 degrees, which feels really low, especially for early to mid-December. I feel like it doesn't get this low this fast, so it's kind of crazy. But I tend to get headaches when the temperature changes too quickly. So like yesterday it was almost 75 degrees. So that's like nearly a 20-degree difference. And I already knew that I was gonna end up getting a headache. So here we are. Let's go sit on the couch. I wanna continue reading, and I wanna learn more about our character. I think we're only on chapter 3 or so, but the books are so short that if we really put our minds to it, we can read a good chunk of it today. gosh, the Christmas tree in the background is so cute. I just love a Christmas tree. I just wanted to update you guys. I'm currently on chapter 5. It's a little bit later now. I had a couple of meetings at work and now we're back to reading. So I haven't read nearly as much as I thought I would, but I'm pretty much done for the day. So I will have the rest of the day to read. My head has been hurting quite a bit, but you know what? Like, I think that's the perfect excuse to just like sit on the couch and read. But something crazy just happened. We just discovered something and someone is after one of our main characters now. And so we're just like seeing how all of that plays out and it's crazy. Like, I'm telling you that when I read the first book in this series, I was like, well, you know, like there's a few crazy things about this book or this series. But as you continue forward, you're like, oh my God, my mind is like going in every which way. And you learn so much in book 4 about what's happened in the past, what's going on with like this town that we're in now. And again, someone is now currently being attacked. I don't know if someone is dead. Like, there's just, it's so much chaos. And also I feel like something is happening. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I feel like something is happening where we know one thing to be true about a character, but the word choice from our author leads me to believe that maybe something else is true. And so like, even though we know something as a fact, maybe it's not fully fact. I don't actually know, but we're going to continue to read and find out. So I'm on page 42 right now and there are, I don't even know how many pages. I think like, yeah, 137-ish pages. So we have quite a bit of reading to do, but I thought I would be able to finish this entire series plus read some of another book. But because I didn't read yesterday, I think we're really only going to be able to finish this book plus maybe the next book. We'll see. Let's keep reading and see what happens next. Okay, in the chapter that I just read, basically our main character, I'm pretty sure, saved somebody else, but then disguised herself so that they wouldn't know that it was her because she doesn't want, obviously, the FBI to know that it's her. And this whole time, they thought that it was a guy. And I think, like, I'm nervous we're getting to the part where they're slowly discovering that maybe the person is a woman and not a man, because then I'm like, what's gonna happen in the whole 5th book if that's happening at 30% of the way through of the 4th? And also, like, what's gonna happen when eventually this guy's gonna find out that the girl he's been dating is the serial killer, you know what I mean? So now I need to know what happens. I'm gonna take P on a quick walk and then that way we can come back and just chill on the couch and be really cozy. Maybe I'll make some hot chocolate. Ooh, that sounds really good actually. I think that's what we'll do. Let's go on our walk, we'll make hot chocolate, and then we'll settle in on the couch, be really cozy, and just exist here and read for the rest of the night. It's so funny because there is an ex in this book and our main character doesn't like the ex of like her current boyfriend, if that makes sense, her boyfriend's ex basically. And it's hilarious to like see the scenes of just like them interacting because his ex is on his team, and just like those like mini scenes make it feel so, I mean, like this whole book or like this whole series is so ridiculous, you know, but like the ex scenes are just so funny because like she'll be like consoling him and he's like, oh, get off me, and then our main character is just like watching it happen and is like, interesting. And it's just so funny because like those are the moments that make it feel more like a real person, even though like none of this feels like it's a real person. Those scenes are probably the funniest out of the whole book, but I think everybody's alive, so that's the good news, and we'll see if she gets found out. I don't know, because he saw what he saw. This is gonna get stressful. I don't know if you guys can tell, he just came to join me and he, hold on, let me show you guys. Always makes me laugh when he does this. He is in here in the blanket and his head is right here, and this is where my legs are. I don't know why he always does this. He likes to be like on top of me, but also under the blanket. And so I'm like laying here and he'll literally crawl on top of me to get under the blanket. So here we are, we're still reading. We have about an hour and a half to 2 hours left of the book. So continuing to read, it's really cozy in here. I just had my hot chocolate. Ryan came home, we chatted a little bit about his day, and then I went immediately back into reading, which is why I have my headphones on, because he was watching TV in here. And yeah, we're getting through it. We're still learning a lot of information. I feel like this book is going to be a book full of the backstory and like learning why the things are even happening that are happening, which has been insanely interesting because now we know why our main character is doing everything that she's doing. This one scene and they're basically in a haunted house. If you guys have not read these books and you plan on reading these books, skip to this time that's on the screen because I don't want to give away any spoilers. I am shocked because basically what's going on is they're in this haunted house and there's a few people that our main character, who is the serial killer, wants to kill. Like they're on her kill list. And so she goes into this haunted house and in front of like this haunted house sounds crazy. In this town, it's nuts. And like people literally get assaulted in this haunted house, like in front of other people, and like hook up in the haunted house and stuff. So like I'm a little confused in general about the haunted house, but she goes in and there's a few people on the kill list and she's like killing them in front of people, and there's like people watching and they're like, oh my god, that looks so real. And I'm like, what kind of crazy town is it? This is why I'm like, this book, the title of the series makes sense now. It's crazy. Anyway, so that's what I'm at right now. It's been very interesting. I mean, like, these people definitely deserve it. This book, this whole series is just insane, but this scene in particular is very crazy. So that's where we're at. Just some light reading for the evening. It's about 8 o'clock and I think I'm on chapter like 11 or 12, so I'm very close. I thought I would be done by 8, but I got distracted and was talking to Ryan about some stuff, and so here we are. But I'm gonna at least finish this book tonight, and then hopefully we can finish the rest of the series within the next few days or so. I thought I would read so much more in this vlog, but you know, sometimes life just happens. Okay, I'm kind of starting to get a bad feeling here because basically we're at a pivotal point where like there have been times where our main character has just like needed to leave conveniently around the time that something happens, and like our FBI agent main character is like, oh, she just has to like deal with something. But now they're in like such close quarters that her leaving kind of feels sus, and he's like, please don't go. And I feel like she is getting a little cocky, which is interesting. So I don't know, we'll see. I feel like in book 4, I think where we're gonna leave off, if I have to guess, the cliffhanger is gonna be that I think he's gonna figure out that it's her, and then book 5 is gonna be like something to do with that. I don't know, we'll see. That's just like what I'm thinking, just based off of like every single book has left off on a cliffhanger. It's interesting though because like I feel like this honestly could have been just like one big long book, which it effectively is. If you put all 5 of the books together, it's like a 600-ish page book, but it didn't need to be so detailed either, so it's just kind of interesting. But I guess 5 separate smaller books is like the way that this author wanted to go about it. We have about an hour left of the book, so let's just read as much as we possibly can before I get way too tired, because I need to head off to bed soon. But I really want to finish this book and I really want to know how it ends, and then we'll probably, as I'm like falling asleep, we will probably start the next book. Okay, I have about 20 pages left. The scenes are getting so intense, but I'm getting so tired. So I think I'm going to call it a night, and I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna wake up early and finish the book and hopefully start the next one. I'm gonna like read while I go to bed, so hopefully I can like finish it as I'm heading off to bed, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to just because I like keep wanting to fall asleep. So nothing about the book. The book is getting very intense. It's just like the second that my body is like, it's time to sleep, there's no convincing it otherwise. So I'm gonna go get ready for bed and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, you guys. It's 5:30 in the morning, so I'm speaking a little quieter. Please here with me, and we're gonna finish, what's this book called? I don't even know what the books are called. That's so funny. We're gonna finish the 4th book in the mindfuck series right now and then start the 5th one. The Christmas tree lights are on. That's honestly the only light in the house, and here we are. So let's get to it. I'm gonna start the book or finish the book, and we'll see how this ends, because things were getting really intense. But I was so tired last night that I just like fell dead asleep. Okay, one other thing about this book is I feel like the FBI agent is like so smart, but also so not smart. I don't know how else to explain that, but like he can solve so many like crazy random things in a case, but then also if his girlfriend ever just like disappears, he's like, huh, I wonder where she's at. That's crazy. And then she like appears right when a body appears. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how, like at this point, I'm not sure how he's not putting two and two together. And so in that sense, like I think he's just maybe in denial. There's just too many coincidences, you know what I mean? So it's just very interesting, but we're almost done. We have like 15 minutes left of the book, so I'm just gonna finish it now and I'll let you guys know how it ends, or like if the cliffhanger is the thing that I thought that it was going to be. And if we have time, we'll start on the last book. We're still very cozy peas in here. We just shifted so that we could be laying down next to the Christmas tree. Honestly, the coziest vibes is just like the Christmas tree reading over here. Like it's my favorite. I just love reading by the Christmas tree. Okay, I just finished book 4 and we're about to start book 5. Just as I suspected, our main FBI character found out that our main character, he kind of found out that she is who she is. He still has a lot to learn about her, but he now knows that like she is a person killing people and she's devastated. And now I don't know what's gonna happen because somehow he just like he just told her he knew and then was just like, yeah, I gotta go, and just left. Which like, again, this is like where the reality piece of these books just kind of like fly out the window, because if you were an FBI agent dating a serial killer, you would absolutely would not just like let the person go. But also as a reader, like I want her to finish what she's doing because it's so important, and she's like on the right side of morality but the wrong side of the law, so it makes it really tough. Honestly, after reading this, I feel like I would really like watching Dexter. I started it a couple of times when I was younger and I just never actually finished watching it, so I feel like I would actually enjoy it because I think something similar happens where he's like dating a cop. I feel like that's right. I don't know, but anyway, maybe I should give that a shot. Let's read as much as we can. We have like 2 hours before work starts still, so I think I'll get at least a good chunk of the way through. It's been very cozy this morning. I can't get over the Christmas tree. I want to keep this up year round. I just love the lighting from it too. Like it lights up the living room just perfectly. Okay, we are officially on chapter 3 of the 5th book in the series. It's called Painted All Red, and it's getting intense. I feel like every time we think that we know the full story of what happened to these people, we learn more, and it's so wild and just like so far out there, but very intriguing and just like quick read. Like the chapters are relatively short and the books themselves are short. You get a lot of information and there's a lot of just like very intense scenes. If anything ever triggers you though, I highly recommend looking up trigger warnings because this one is, all of these books are pretty intense, but the series is very interesting so far. I wouldn't say that it's like a 5-star series. I think maybe like each book has been like a 3 or a 4. Like they've been good and like the twists have been good enough, but there's definitely a few things that are like bothering me, like just errors in general, which I try really hard to not put against a book or an author, but if it takes me out of the story, I just it like messes with me and I like can't think that it's good anymore. I don't know why that is. And then also there's just like a few storylines that haven't been closed yet, like the loop hasn't been closed, and not to say that it can't be closed, but makes me feel like, I don't know, like we're past that part, so I don't know if it will be closed, but I guess we'll see by the end of this book. Also, the agent called himself out for being blind to everything that our main character was doing, so at least that's a plus in the sense of like he's very self-aware of the fact that he should have known that this girl was doing all of these things, so that was very interesting too. But I do have to get ready for work now, so thank you guys for spending some time reading with me. Hopefully this helped you guys get some reading done too. I love just watching cozy videos and like being cozy and reading and doing one of my favorite hobbies, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. If there's ever anything that you guys want to see on my channel, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, I think that's all I have for you guys, so thank you guys again so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.